DJ Playboy.
What's good, y'all? It's your man DJ Playboy back with another episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast. And on this episode, man, I got a blast from the past. You know what I'm saying? The original queen of the podcast game.
Let's go.
The first lady of Perfect Talk Podcast herself. AyoNIsh.
Hey, yo. Word. How you like? It feels so good to be back.
How's life? How's everything?
Man, hype, yo. I'm great, man. I'm really good. You know, 2022 is, you know what I mean? Out here, got me out here moving around, you know, just making things sync up. So that's it. And plus, you know, it's like 2. You know, my favorite number is 3. So, like, I'm feeling this year in its entirety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a numerologist. My favorite number is just 3. So, like, things happen to me in 3s, and I respect it. I've learned to respect it from years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you say you like the 22 because it's close to 3? You saying?
Yeah, it's 3 2s in there.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I got 2022. Okay, I see what you're saying. I was
how you like? Yo, how you like? Nah, we gotta write the number out for play real quick.
I was just thinking about the 22, and I felt like I was reaching. I was like, yeah, 22 is close to 3.
But how you like, dang, play, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
People be counting kind of different, but you know.
What's been new with you since the last time we heard from you, man? I know that you got a lot of things popping off on Mondays with the damn Mondays that you've been doing on social media. Real big. You dropped a few videos since we spoke.
Yes. Yeah, I've come out with quite a few.
Let's break down the Dear Monday first, though, for me.
So, like, Dear Monday, and it's funny because me and you, we've helped to kind of like evolve Dear Monday. Like, I started off just like, so pretty much every Monday I come out. That's my content.
We had Run Your
day,
Beat Monday back in the day, right? Run Your Beat Monday.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So it started off as Run Your Beat, and you know, that's when I was pretty much, you were sending me beats and I was freestyling, just putting different things together. So on Mondays, that's what I would do, and then I would also be in front of my decks playing around, sampling stuff, and
what's that for the people who don't know? For the people who don't know, what's the decks?
On my controller.
Okay.
You know, I DJ too, so.
Yeah. Okay. So on the ones and twos. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. On the ones and twos on the decks. So that's how it started, pretty much, and it evolved into. It went from Run Your Beat Monday to Dear Monday, Ayo Monday, like, so, you know, that's just pretty much my whole thing right now. Like, Dear Monday is pretty cool. I got Ayo Fridays, and that's me. You know, pretty much it's interchangeable. I'm either making beats, sampling stuff, taking things that you hear and that you love, and just putting my own different twist on it, you know?
No, that's dope. And where can the people, because I know, like I said, you dropped a few music videos out.
Oh,
I know you're in the process. Yeah. You're in the process of making one right now. But the last one that went real big for you was the Better Than You, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. And thank you for your support on that. So Better Than You came out. That's on pretty much all DSPs for you guys to download and stream. You can watch the full video. That's on YouTube. Just type in AyoNIsh, AyoNIsh.
Fire video
exclamation
too.
point.
Fire
Don't forget
video.
the exclamation point.
Oh, okay.
That's like part of my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, be hyped when you see me. That's how I feel. But anyway, yeah. So Better Than You is really dope too. That video, that was definitely, it's one of the highest viewed videos. The song does pretty well as well. And yeah, Better Than You is just like, you know, R.I.P. to my ex, a letter to my ex. Like, nah, like, you know, I'm out here doing better than you. That's something that an ex always says, you know, like, yo, you'll never find nobody better than me. Like, nah, I did. They way better than you. So take that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's fire. So, man. I love it too. And with the Mondays, when you do the what I'm about to call them Run Your Beat Mondays. I know I'm messing up the name.
It's all good. We could get it back. You heard?
Now with the what's the Monday joints called? Dear Mondays.
With the what?
Yeah, with the Dear Mondays. So what exactly do you do? Like, explain to the people, because it's not just, you're not just on there spitting. You know what I mean? You hitting them with a different twist. So like, what exactly? You know what I'm saying? And they can find that on like the Instagram, right? Really, and see it. I don't know if you don't put on Facebook. Do you put on Facebook too?
Yeah. So I have a Facebook page where I'm at. I'm kind of like not all the way active on that line. That's just pretty much whatever filters through. Sometimes I am on there. But for the most part, everything is fully on IG. And what I do is like I take different pieces of different songs and kind of mush them. It's like a mashup pretty much. And everything all comes together, you know, and it's like, all right, like I take things that you wouldn't normally hear together, you know, like, so even, it's funny, I just did like a throwback Dear Monday where I took, it was great too because it was like nostalgic for me. It also was a part of the evolving of the Dear Monday. So the last Monday you could hear, what was it? Sam Smith, with Biggie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And I remember that first case. I remember when you first dropped that. I do. That
it did really well. So that's my whole style. So it's like I've been able to build on that, you know, and sometimes you'll catch me rapping on the end, like just doing different things, even taking different things from different producers that I might see like on TikTok or something, taking a sound and flipping it, adding it to that, like, you know. So I've pretty much it's like you get all facets of me on those days, you know, like you may, or sometimes you may only just get, you know, just the DJing part of me, but it's like you'll get a piece of, like, you be able to tap into me creatively, you know what I'm saying, and see how I actually do make the beat, you know, and how it comes together all at the end. So
no, I love it. It gives that behind the scenes aspect of it. And even like, well, I remember that Sam Smith one because you put me onto the song. So a lot of times you'll put me on to the song. I won't even hear the original yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's definitely a dope concept that you got going, and I'd love to see it continue. I'd love to see it be like a full project. You know what I mean? But I was even thinking like to myself, I was like, do people even need to do the full projects no more at this point? As like has Drake, and I'm gonna want to just give Drake all the credit for it, but you know how Drake's model is kind of like he might just drop a 3-song EP, then he might just drop like, you know, maybe 1 or 2 singles throughout the year, and you might not even get an album for the year. But that's like, has it reached that point where the project, you're not going to the store anymore to buy a CD, you're not necessarily going to the store anymore to buy a piece of vinyl, you know what I mean? So do we even need the body of work, or is it just better to kind of like, in your opinion, to kind of just put work out and now people have a collection of your work? In your opinion,
I look at it from 2 sides, right? Because I'm not just an artist, I'm not just you know, a DJ who's playing artist music. I'm also a lover of music. So, you know, you have that one piece where it's like, you could be an artist that just came out, and if I've never heard of you, like, I need to hear the singles before I invest into you, like, you know, being downloaded on my laptop or whatever the case is. Like, yo, you trying to take up space and I don't know you, like, that's hella intrusive, you know what I'm saying? So you know, singles work. And then you also think about just how people are in general, right? Like, you know, shit is so quick nowadays, you know what I'm saying? People don't withholding the attention, so 3-packs work. That's just like one of my favorite bands over in the UK, years and years. I had originally got that concept from them. Over in the UK, they do a lot of like, you know, 2-3-packs. And they come out and they focus on, remember I was telling you before, they come out with a few songs, maybe like 1 or 2 songs, but it'll be, and those songs will have videos, and then you'll get the full 3-pack with an additional song that you haven't heard quite yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just the same songs that you heard. It's just all those singles. Like, they're coming out with 3 singles on the EP. You know what I mean? And dropping it quarterly. So it's like a song, video every month. And to me, it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take your time, and for artists who are new, like myself, and not necessarily just like new to the scene, but in a sense of like indie money. Like, we don't have all the funds. So it's like, if you could focus on 1 song, 1 video that's hella polished per month, then it allows you to just have a focal point and not be all over everywhere, and to put your all into that 1 song for that 1 moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because you think about it, right? It's like, that was the model before. Like, you make a project, right? But here's the thing with projects, right? Like, you could have 5 dope songs, but back in the day, you're dropping like a 20-song album or something like that. You got 5 dope songs, and maybe it just doesn't. It wasn't put in the right order. Maybe you know what I'm saying. It just wasn't as an overall good project. So now you'd get deemed as, oh, it's whack or it's not a good project. Where it's like now with today's model, you might not like my drill song, so listen to my Afrobeat song. So listen to my, you know what I'm saying? Listen to my EDM type song, and it's like it's so now you kind of get like different packets of fans as opposed to like maybe just one group following that's kind of monolithic. Now you're like, well, I kind of like when he sings on the song. I kind of like when he raps on the song. I kind of like, you know what I mean? So it's I think I love it, and I think we were talking about this offline, either today or yesterday.
What
but
with the singles? Wait, you prefer the single dropping, or you prefer?
As an artist, I would feel more free in today's way of doing it with just dropping the singles, because I feel like with LP, it's like you got this collection of work, right? But you did it as a project. You did it as The Godfather. You did it as The Sopranos. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of did it as The Wire. Like this is what this is. It's a story I'm telling from front to end, and these are this collection of songs. Whereas it'd be like, I might have broke up with my girl in January. I might have found a new lover in October, and you know what I'm saying. So now I wanted to drop sad songs at the beginning of the year, but then February came along, and you know what I'm saying, I started bouncing back and dating again, and you know what I'm saying. So now it's like it's not even just this. Now you're not locked into this one period of my life, but now it's like, we look back at the amount of music he made in 2022, and it's like, all right, well, he dropped this kind of song, he dropped that kind of song. So I guess I say that to say I'd feel more free as an artist, and then plus I feel like people don't really listen to in just terms of consuming entertainment nowadays. We don't necessarily. We like it in short spurts. Like we like it.
And that's the thing. Like people run through it. So I might as well put it in your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Little by little, you know what I mean? But I can keep it there, right? So that's the power of a dope single. And then, there's also the flip side to stuff. Like you said, like, you know, I could hear your singles. And if the singles, representation is important because it's like, in respect to the full body of work. So if I'm listening to a song and it is a drill song that you guys chose as like a lead single, like, so now I might be going to look at the project and think it's a full drill joint, and that's not what I'm getting at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, you know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And you talk about Drake. The thing about Drake that he does, that's hella visible is like, you know, when it comes time for him to drop, he's doing mad singles, like, you know, a lot of rap shit that's not even close to what's on his actual project, right? You know what I'm saying? As he warms up, and then you get something that's completely different. The whole sound is different. You know what I mean? And I like how he does that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, you might get heavy rap Drake because he's linked up with Future. You know what I mean? Like, so it creates this it's like you're able to feed everybody when you come out, and then it's like, yo, you know what? Well, shit, I will go see what the project looks like. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, you're kind of more inclined to see what's up. It's like an appetizer, you know. But it's like everything has to be like the cohesiveness. Like, it all
you know what? You know what's better? It's like a buffet. It's like you see it all like laid out right there, and you're like, all right, I'll take a little of that. I'll take that beat. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. And it's like, I might not like when you sing, but so, you know, keep that over there. But give me
So with the singles, like, if you don't have and that's why the single has to be strong. You know what I'm saying? So if I taste it and I don't like it, what makes you think I'm waiting for the full shit? Or what makes you think I'm gonna support your full project if I'm not really a fan of it? But then you have like those cult followers and people who like just, you know, love everything that comes out. Like, oh, you know, shit drops at midnight. By like 12:03, they like, yo, it's a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. That's just how those people do. But and then I also take into consideration, like you mentioned, like the order of songs. Like, you know, you want it to come out this way. And you remember back when Adele was talking about like, yo,
Spotify.
On Spotify, like she wants her shit to come out. Like, that's important how you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to listen to a specific order. Like, I think we got lost in that. Like, we couldn't do that back when, yo, I was just telling my moms, like, I had a yellow, like what was it, like a high yellow with black Walkman, And it's like, yo,
oh,
you remember
the protective joint that you could drop, shot like the shot proof.
Yeah, and it opens up like a motherfucking binder, like,
Yeah.
like, you know, like, yo, but you couldn't skip, yo. But what's real is, think about it, bro. You couldn't skip. Like, you couldn't skip the songs like that.
Yeah.
You wasn't even trying to mess up your tape like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what's real. And I remember even too on some people joints, they ain't even have fast forward. I think it was only rewind.
Rewind, yeah. If you had the Kobe, Walkman, COBY.
Come on, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, cuz. Like,
but
you
yo,
know, like, I
don't bang with Spotify. Just not like for any particular reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like a little, but I had it and then I got Apple Music, so I never really went back. But I didn't even know that was a thing. And like as just a listener of music and an appreciator of LPs and albums, it's like, why would the default function be shuffle? Like, that don't even like, why would you know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. I'm sure there's a reason behind it and why they did it, but to me, I'm like, I made mixtapes, right, and so my mixtapes were made for you to hear that song after that song.
It's
like,
whole shuffle.
Yeah, it makes sense because it that song came after that one. It's still, you know what I'm saying, it gave you a vibe for that. So I understand the importance and why it would be very important to an artist, why that song would be played in a particular order, like Adele's album, Mary J. Blige's album, from what I understand. You got an album like Hotels. You got certain albums where the interlude leads into the song. It leads into, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I put a shuffle button there, but why make it the default? I never understood why they did that.
Yeah, I think too, like, sometimes where people get lost at too, it's like, all right, like, everything should have its own perspective lane, right? So if you say, okay, hey, for the albums and the EPs, yo, you know what I'm saying, we taking away that function, you know what I'm saying, that button, but you also have on Spotify too, like, the playlist. So it's like, yo, like, you know, even though the playlist has a whole bunch of different artists, you know, like, hey, like, shuffle it up for me, you know what I'm saying?
Word up.
So I mean, you know, it's different things, you know what I mean, but I don't know, as an artist, you definitely want people to hear the music and which the way you laid it out. So that's hella important, you know?
Yeah. Nah, let me see what else is going on. It was funny, we had a phone conversation yesterday, and me and Niche definitely, like, what word did we say that made us go Google the dictionaries or something like that? Cognizant and cognitive. We were trying to figure out the difference.
Cognitive, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
we was trying to sound smart in the conversation, and we could not. we definitely was like, we gonna get this word right.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, that might be like the cover art. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
So it inspired me to now be on my word of the day shit, to be, you know what I mean, to move forward. So today, you know what I'm saying, we recording on a Tuesday. The word of the day is defenestrate. I never heard of that word before, and that means to throw a person or thing out of a window, right? So now, Niche, use that in a sentence.
Defenestrate?
Defenestrate, to throw a person or thing out of a window. It's a verb.
Can you spell that for me?
Yeah, defenestrate is a DEFENESTRATE.
Okay. Alright. Oh, you say you want me to use it in a
use it in a sentence, yeah.
and it throws somebody out the window, right?
Person or thing.
Oh, okay.
What are we defenestrating today?
Oh, I bet. Yo, a couple of days ago when I was riding down, you know what I'm saying, the west side on my way to Brooklyn, I was eating some strawberries. And once I got to the, you know what I'm saying, the little part, what's the little green part? What do you call that? The leaf? Is that like a certain part of the strawberry or something?
That's the part I don't eat. I know that.
Yeah.
The part
well, either way, that's that part I had to defenestrate. You know what I'm saying? Was the West Side Highway. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to do with it, so I just chucked it. You know what I mean? Like, defenestrate.
Defenestrate, man. I like that. There we go. Word of the day, man. Don't say we never taught you nothing. Shit, I'm looking at the news right now. Shouts and thoughts and prayers out of Brooklyn. 5 people shot in the Brooklyn subway by a man in a gas mask who threw smoke grenades.
Damn, that's a crazy segue, Play. I was just talking about going to Brooklyn.
You just said Brooklyn, right? Yeah, I know. Maybe
damn, shit got dark over here. Like,
I wasn't gonna defenestrate that segue right there. I had to respect it.
Ooh, see what you did there.
You know what I'm saying?
See what you did there.
You Albany stand up.
You heard.
Nah, but
yeah,
this
like,
shit is real. On the D, N, and R train, multiple people shot in Brooklyn. I'm definitely gonna look into the story more. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if anyone was dead. But people are shot. And they found they found like explosives that weren't detonated.
Okay.
2 of the 5 shooting victims were said to have been seriously wounded. Other victims' injuries weren't clear. So, obviously, I'm not going to disrespect this story and try to talk on it right now, but our thoughts and prayers are with these people. I'm looking at some of the video right now, and yes, it looked pretty smoky in there too. So that's crazy.
Yeah. See, it's just like it sucks, right? Because you want to be informed about the world around you, but sometimes that shit can be mad depressing and then affect the world within. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot. Everything happening,
Especially because I do this podcast and I always gotta that's something I could talk about on the podcast, and it's like, I shit do get super depressing sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you'll even the social media, like we put news articles up there sometimes, the headlines and shit like that, and it's like you gotta kind of separate yourself from it, right? It's like you can't emotionally get caught up. I'm from Brooklyn, so I see Brooklyn in the headlines, I got a connection to it, but it's like it sucks, and I think we spoke about this during the pandemic at the heart of it, but your mind really can't fathom 500,000 people dying. Like it's like a certain number, like 5. You say 5 people got shot, and they all died. That's like, oh damn, 10 people. But once you get numbers that high, your mind is like you just see 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? You don't know 500,000, you don't know 250,000. You just see, millions and millions of people, and it's what I'm saying. So your mind really can't fathom it to that, and that's kind of like how you kind of got to treat the news. It's like a school shooting, a mass shooting would shut the news down for 2 weeks. That Brooklyn story, probably they're going to talk about it for a day or 2, tops. You know what I mean? Because it's come to be the world that we live in, and that's the sad part about it, man. We could talk for a long time. And actually, you know what? It actually segues into the next thing, because it's violence. People they going through shit, right? Something that happened good in your day. Now you passing that on in a sense of violence onto someone else, right? And this topic obviously has been spoken into the ground, right? To people probably tired of hearing about this, but we haven't got a chance to discuss it. The Will Smith Chris Rock Oscar situation. Like, Will Smith felt disrespected in some way, shape, or form, and he reacted with violence. You know what I'm saying?
That was like the Paul Revere. You know what I'm saying? The smack heard around the world.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it really was.
Yo.
How did you learn? I wasn't watching the Oscars, but it was crazy. I had turned on right when Diddy was on stage, and Diddy, and it literally he's talking. I didn't even get the reference. He's like, yo, Chris and Will, we gonna figure this out at the gold party. We gonna get that all settled out. So I didn't know what happened, and then the news headline came on the screen, and it was like Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. So then I was thinking about the Diddy comment. I was like, okay. And then literally right after the headline came, Will won the award. So he's on stage, emotional, he's crying. So then, I had to go back, see the video and all that, and I was like, oh shit. Initial reaction, what did you think? And then I guess, did that change from your reaction to it now?
Nah, not really. It's just like, they've been in social media so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, some people everybody has something to say. For me, it's just like, I wasn't there, so I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea the prior history, things that may have happened. I don't even. Will could have been agitated at a whole bunch of other things that other people were saying too. Like, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? And when you get ready to poke that bear, it's just like, all right, and then you see all these other clips of Chris Rock, making jokes and doing and saying these things. I'm like, yo, he's a comedian. Like, what do y'all expect? You know, like
I always thought comedians were given that pass, right? You were like,
yo,
yes, you were crazy running up on a comedian.
You know, like I feel like everybody has there has to be like a moral code, right? You know, like that's just like when I think about dudes on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain code with everything, you know, like even between siblings, like you know, even when you go out of town, you know, if you see somebody from the same way, like, you know, yo, when y'all, you know, it's just a certain code. You know, we might say what up and shit like that, but you know, we hold it down. We both are from around the same way. Like there's a code to me with everything, and I feel like you gotta abide by that. So, you know, it doesn't matter what your art is and how you decide to express it. You know, things have to be done in a tasteful manner, you know, to some degree. But at the same time, too, you do have a role and a responsibility to your art, you know, which is like, yo, you know, speak how you feel. Like, there's a freedom of expression, right? But there's also something that comes with that. Like, there has to be some type of, you know, responsibility that comes with that. And to me, like, I'm not saying that the smack was wrong, and I'm not saying that it was correct. You know, like, I'm just saying that, like, yo, I understand both sides, but I don't know. I'm not mad at Will for that shit. You know, I do believe it could have been handled. I do believe it could have been handled afterwards. But then I don't know. Would Chris get it the same way? You know what I'm saying? Would he be able to interpret how serious it was for Will? Like, you know, when emotions is high.
I don't think Chris Rock deserved a slap. You know what I'm saying? At all. Because it maybe now if he made a what's the word they were using? Entanglement. If he made an entanglement joke, I want to say Laverne Cox made a joke at the Golden Globes a few weeks before that to Will and Jada's face about entanglement. Like if he got on the Oscar stage, I still don't think he's supposed to get up there and smack him, but that would have been a little bit more justified. Now, granted, you said it.
I disagree because they're talking about her hair, and a woman's hair, especially exactly, like she has health issues. Like, so I don't.
Which Chris Rock says he didn't know about. He said he wasn't aware. But he also made a movie called. He also made Good Hair, right? So he understands the plight of a black woman's hair. Like,
yeah, but
he can't pretend like he don't.
My thing is like, yo, you can't like. You and I can't say, hey, this is more important than this because it's all about them, you know what I'm saying, and how they're interpreting it. So it's just like, yeah, I could feel like, dang, I would have been more mad at this instead of that. Like, nah, like
no. I think what I was more so getting at was not that, because anyway, like, so you joke about, remember in school, you joke about the wrong person on the wrong day. Now he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's like, right. And it's like, hey, bro, I joke with you every day. Now you want to fight because this girl was around or something like that. And it was like, I think Chris just got the slap that was meant for other people. That's more so what I think. And Chris also was making fun of everyone in the room. It wasn't, he picked y'all out, he chose y'all out, you know what I'm saying? So I think you took an opportunity I would have respected it more if you actually stepped to him afterwards. Like if someone caught TMZ video of you and him in a club and you having a heated conversation, that to me is a little bit more respect because you doing that in that atmosphere. Let's say you really wanted to get physical with Chris Rock, which I don't think you did. You just wanted to make a statement like, yo, I'm done with the jokes. But let's say you really want to get physical. It's going to get broken up in 2 seconds. You're on the stage of the biggest show. So if you really wanted to smoke, you would have walked up on him in a club or a party or something like that if it was that serious, you know what I'm saying? And I think if Will was to talk, and like I said, I don't want to labor this point on even more because I'm sure people have had all types of discussion.
It'll come out on red. It'll come out on Red Table.
Yeah, and but that's also, and we could pivot the conversation now. I'm not a huge fan of living your relationship on social media.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I think, I think what Will and Jada did was, and I get it, you know, like y'all was letting us in, and y'all like, but y'all didn't have to let us in. You know what I'm saying? There's something.
Open that door too wide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and maybe it paid off. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? It like she has a bomb ass show. He won an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if the goal was for them to have some type of commercial success from it, it is. But I feel like, and my relationship ain't nowhere close to as public as their relationship is. It's just uncomfortable to me. Like I remember this statement that Jay-Z made a long time ago when he started dating Beyonce, and he's like, as a drug dealer, you wouldn't even want to be in a barbershop because you're stuck in one place for a long amount of time. You don't want people to know where you're at and where you're gonna be and this and that. And he's like, and now I'm literally dating the female Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like we walk out, everyone knows where we're gonna be, where we're going. So it's different, and you kind of want to keep some things close to the vest for that reason. And it's like, what I'll say to Will and Jada is, people like I guess on our level of fame, or people that just don't even have a level of fame, but they're just doing things on social media. It's like I see. And I'm not telling no one not to do it. If that's what you like for your relationship, that's what you want to do, rock out. That's y'all relationship. But it just seems like you inviting the world to have their opinion on your shit when it's like, this thing got nothing to do with y'all. Like they whatever status they is for their marriage, they came to that agreement. That worked for them. Yeah. But it's different now when you got to hear jokes. It's different now when you got to hear comments.
That's the other side of things. Like, you know, you can't invite people in and then try to silence them with their comments because you open the door for that. But also, to piggyback on what you were saying before, I just feel like with the whole situation, pretty much like you said, to wrap it up, is like, there's a time and a place for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom's always said that. So yeah, like, you know, it could have went down. It damn sure could have went down a little differently, you know. Even if maybe he would have said something, got up and said something, as opposed to, you know what I mean, putting hands on him. You know, like I would have, cause you know we don't really do that. Like, you know, I know that's my style. Like I'm not, like fam, I'm not gonna just like pop you in your mouth in front of mad people because you said something.
That's not Will Smith. That's not even Will Smith.
And that's not, and that, yeah, that ain't Will. You know what I mean? That ain't the Fresh Prince. But it's like, you know, if you disrespect me and mine and you catch me on a day, I just might. But it's like, yo, I'll catch you. If not, I'm gonna catch you a little later. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm private with mine though. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, like, I always learn too. Like, yo, you never really let people see you sweat. You know?
Yeah, because now they're gonna fuck with you all the time now, because they know that's your pet peeve. Yeah, they know that's how they get a reaction out of you.
So you know, it's just. Yeah, it's a place and a time for everything. Like, you know, and sometimes like, and I've been in situations where I'm like, damn, do I say something right now? You feel me? Like, damn, do I wild out?
Should I wait? Yeah. And then if I let it slide, should I have said, you know, I would have handled this like that? I wish that nigga would have said, you know what I mean? Yeah, nah. Everyone's been there, and that's why it just. Well, I think it hurt more. It's two black guys. Like, you hear about. A black guy shooting a black guy, you know what I'm saying, every day, and it's just like, you know what I mean, that's just whack. But to get in front of people and slap him, and now y'all just look, you know what I'm saying, now people making a judgment about the whole race based off of this. His kids got to see him get slapped, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
they made it look a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? And
Chris could have made it get crazier.
It didn't have to go down like that.
Yeah, Chris's professionalism prevented it from looking a bit more niggerish, for lack of a better term, because he could have got ignorant in that moment. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people would have got the best of him. So it's like,
I ain't gonna front. He took that shit though. Like, yo, he took that shit. I was like, yo, he just did that little one joint, like the shit.
But I don't think he expected. It was especially because he didn't expect, because he just seen him walk towards him. He started giggling, laughing, like it's about to be, you know, fun and games, like we playing around, and we was like, yeah, but. Like I said, we spoke about that till it was dead in the head, man.
Yo, see, that would have been ill to me too, though. Like, I would have just, if he would have went up, whispered in his ear, and just walked away, because then it'd be like,
that's what you ever seen when Van Lathan, is that his name? What, the dude from TMZ, when he got fired from TMZ, what he got fired for? Like he was on camera, and he was having an argument with a dude on camera, and then he walked up on him and he starts talking in his ear, but he's like grabbing him by the shoulder, kind of like a little bit like forcefully. Like he's definitely threatening him. You can't hear what he's saying, but he's definitely threatening him in his ear, and he ends up getting fired for that or whatever, having to leave TMZ. But that's what I thought Will Smith was gonna do, like literally walk up on him, get real close, and say something that the mic can't hear. You know what I mean? And that to me I would have respected that more. I think he wouldn't have been. He's banned from the Oscars for 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that would have occurred. It would have just been a better way to handle it.
Oh, wait. He's banned now?
He can't attend. Like, he could win an award, so he could definitely still win more Oscars, but he can't attend the any Academy events for 10 years.
Wow. Yeah. All right,
Chris Rock's tickets went through the roof. The price jumped up crazy. They were selling out crazy. Like, they were selling good before, because he's on tour with Kevin Hart right now, and I believe he has an ego death. Yeah, he has an Ego Death tour, and they were like Chris Rock's tickets went through the roof. He did say recently at a show though he's not talking about it until he gets paid. So I don't know if that means he might plan on suing or until he gets like a Netflix special dedicated to it, maybe Oprah interview, which something like that, the one-on-one interview.
How you feel about that? Would you milk it?
Yeah, because I didn't tell the cops. The fact that I didn't tell the cops and I passed the no snitching, yeah, and matter of fact, I would have sued the Academy. I would have sued Will Smith. Will Smith is rich as fuck.
Yo,
like I would have sued the shit out of Will Smith. Like, get out of here.
I'd be like, yo, I didn't tell the cops. I'll get my bread. Like,
yep. Yo, because when them cops was in his face, he thought about it. Was like, yo, and he's like, nope. I know how it's gonna look. It's gonna now I'm putting another black man in cuffs. They fiending to lock Will. He's like, yo, I'll take the L for Will. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna play the whole card, but. Man. I'm gonna get paid off. I'm gonna profit off of this, and I think he definitely should milk it to the max. Like I'm super litigious. I will sue the shit out of somebody if I feel like I can win the case. So I don't blame him for that. And it's better. Don't snitch. Like was that really something to snitch about? I mean, it's not technically snitching. Like snitching to me is we sell drugs together. I get caught. I tell on you. That's snitching to me. That's not. I was assaulted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because
in front of mad people like that can say exactly what happened detail for detail. Understood?
I've been told by police after assaults that perhaps if you would have stopped at a certain point and made that phone call, you probably wouldn't be in cuffs right now. So, you know what I'm saying? I've learned when it comes to something like that, you gotta be, you know what I mean? But snitching to me is like, we do a crime together, I get caught. Hey, guess what, Niche? They coming for you next. That's snitching to me, you know what I'm saying? But what I can see what people would look at what Chris Rock did and be like, oh, you ain't have to do that. So, hell yeah, no, I'm milking. What about you? You not milking that?
I mean, yeah, I guess it would be what it's gonna be. I don't know, like, I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? Cause they might be in a celebrity death match coming up. Who knows? Like, you know what I mean? A real boxing joint. Like, I mean, I would, you just never know. Like, I don't know. Either way, I hope everything works out for both parties. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Hopefully things can get switched and he won't have to be banned. I just think a 10-year ban is like, what? Like, y'all wildin'.
Yeah. And I said something the other day. I was like, yo, if he drop enough fire movies that are really Oscar worthy, they'll cut that down. I'll be like, all right, 5 years, Will. It's been long enough. The way that we forget about news nowadays, I just said there was a shooting we going to stop talking about in 2 days. The way that people move on with shit, 10 years, like, nobody going to give a fuck that long. Gerard Carmichael. Gerard Carmichael. Have you haven't heard? He's been in the news. He's
don't sound good.
No, not bad. Nothing bad. Like Gerard Carmichael was one of them people. Like I was like, I'm heard weeks ago. I'm like, he's hosting SNL, and I'm like, what Gerard Carmichael got going? Like Gerard Carmichael, and he says it on SNL. He's like, I'm probably the least famous person to ever host SNL because he's like, he's famous, but he's not really famous. But he has to be because like. He's on a TV show that literally like birthed the careers to Tiffany Haddish and was Little Ray or whatever his name is, right? Little Ray.
Yeah.
So
you put me on to that show too. You put me on.
Yeah, that show was a go show, the Carmichael Show. If anybody ever heard of it,
fire.
Yeah, fire show. So like people know who Gerard Carmichael is, and I've seen him on a few episodes of LeBron's show The Shop on HBO. So he's out there. But I was like, I remember it was just a head scratcher. Like he's hosting SNL, maybe he got some drop. And then I found out he does have an HBO special that has recently dropped, and he actually comes out the closet. That was like that's the big reveal. He during his show is like he comes out as saying he's gay. Which I didn't know. And but right, for some reason I was like, I feel like I've heard something like that before, and I remember. So then people started talking about it. I guess on his previous HBO special, or maybe a couple HBO specials back ago, he tells his mom that he's had sexual relations with men. So I guess that was his way of saying he's bi in some ways, or that he's experimented with it. But I don't know. Like I took that as him coming out of the closet. Like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's a cultural thing in our community. If you say that, like, it's not like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, to me, if you mess around with dudes, you kind of like dudes. I'm not saying you're limited to that, but you know what I mean? I kind of, you know what I'm saying? You like dudes. It's not like a thing. It's not like a thing that, it's like, I thought that was him coming out of the closet, but I guess he wanted to officially say, I'm not bi, I'm gay. And it was just like, I don't know, and it brought me back to a conversation that I guess. Do you even want to talk about Gerard Carmichael? Like, because it doesn't change anything, right? He's still hilarious. Yeah. He's still awesome. But it brought me to Yeah, and I think it's dope that he did it. I mean, it's weird, like, you know, like he did one special where he says that he's done things, and then this one is like the official, all right, I'm out, and then he did it on SNL as well, announced that he's out of the closet. But I guess it brought us to that conversation we were talking about yesterday, and we were talking about one of your videos earlier, actually Better Than You. It made me think like that. I don't see in hip hop, R&B, or any, I guess what you would call the black music genres. You don't really see the theme of homosexuality at all, right? And Lil Nas X put a little bit of light to it, and that's, I would think we were talking about how like he has one of the number one songs with that Someone to Love record, and you know, like the first bar of it is that, you know, he has a crush on a boy, he just likes a boy. So it's like he even said it, like he's surprised that in today's America that got to the heights that it got to, and it made me like really like think. I was like, yo, Nisha's video is one of the first ones where you see that openly expressed. You see homosexuality openly expressed, and it's not like I'm a female artist, but because, you know, I'm making a music video, I'm gonna pretend like I date dude, you know what I'm saying, and do something like that, which I feel like has been done in hip hop, right? I feel like we've seen that before. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, it just made me like really just wonder like where, I guess if we tie the Gerard Carmichael thing into it, is like, is it, as a black comedian, I guess him coming out, is that opening up, I guess, more doors for maybe as black culture for us to be a little bit more accepting to homosexuality in videos and in movies and in like just all forms of culture.
Well, what's
even
real
music, and even in the music.
Yeah, well, what's real is representation is important, right? You know what I'm saying? Even with Gerard Carmichael, I know, like how you said, like, you know, he said it one time and then it's like he said it again, made a real statement. I think probably part of that, making that second real statement on a platform, it was like outside of his art, you know, because some people probably like, oh, maybe it was still part of a bit, you know, like, so hey, let me make this statement letting y'all know this is where I'm at, you know what I mean, this is what I like, and hey, that's it. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I feel from what I see and the community that I'm a part of, as an artist, is just, it's not necessarily that you don't see it, because you do. Like, you see it with women who are like hella feminine. You remember when Nicki first came out, you know, signing boobs and taking pics, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the thing. Like, but also look at how Nicki is, you know what I mean? Hella feminine, you know what I'm saying? Me, I be on my tomboy swag all day. Like, you know, you'll see me get dressed up wearing tight shit for sure. But then you got, like, you know, women like Young M.A., you know what I'm saying? Hella with the tomboy shit. Like, you don't really see it with the tight shit on like that at all. So, you know, I think there's different people.
Does Young M.A., you made me think, does Young M.A., I listen to Young M.A.'s music. I don't watch music videos like that. Does she express that at all in her music videos? Like, she has females in her videos, right?
I mean, they probably are. I'll be honest with you, I don't really watch her videos either. So that, I guess maybe that's
music
like
videos in general.
Yeah, but in videos in general, like, you really don't see stuff like that. Even with R&B artists, you know what I'm saying? Some people are just scared to go there, you know, thinking that they might miss out on a market and whatnot. But there's also a look, right? Like, so you got, like, you have hella feminine with feminine, you know, like, we see that. You know, like, you can see two chicks that are really feminine into each other. Like, when you, okay, take the Kalani, Meg with Cardi,
yeah. People will watch two hot girls kiss in a bar all day.
All day.
People will pay them to make out, actually.
Yo, and then remember when you had there was they had tossed it around, Young M.A. with Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I think they just had like an interaction, because when Halle had came out with that movie where she was fighting, Young M.A. had a track on, like, it was part of the soundtrack. Yeah, so, you know, they had met and everything, and it was, like, cool, but it's like, yo, she had met her crush, and, like, you know, but once again, you got someone that's hella feminine, and then you also have a, you know what I'm saying, a woman who, you know, presents a little bit more masculine. Like, you know, it's just, it is what it is, but, you know, it's very rare that you see the two on a
music video or something like that,
commercial platform, like widespread. Even in film, like, we were talking about that before, like, when it comes to actors, you see a homosexual couple, they're usually black and white. we won't see two black gay couples, you know, like it's
two black individuals and a couple.
Two black, you won't see two black women. It'll be a black woman and a white, and maybe like a white woman and a fair skin, you know what I'm saying, woman, or it might be mixed. Like it's just the way they be putting these families together, you know, even with guys. Now, then you also have the other spectrum, you know, like I rarely see two guys on the screen. Two guy gay couples, you know, and in film,
especially not hip hop, right? Yeah,
not at all. Yeah. Think about what's the homie's name that just came out, Forcibly, you know, because he had the video. Was it Isaiah Rashad?
I didn't know. Put me on. I didn't know about this. Put me on. I'm not aware.
Oh man,
but I do know who Isaiah Rashad. He's a rapper, right?
Yeah, let me make sure it was Isaiah Rashad. Like,
before we put,
I just want to be sure. But
yeah,
I'm like, yo, I knew.
Might be another Rashad.
He's on. It was. Yeah, he had a video that leaked. He's part of TDE, and
yeah, I know Isaiah Rashad. Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, so he had a video come out back in February, and somebody leaked the video, and it was sexually explicit, but. You know, people also came out defending him, like The Game and like a few other artists. But it's just like, yo, his music is still cold. The video
was like basically like outing him doing something homosexual.
Hella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, yo, you know, it still don't take away from him as a rapper. That's how I feel. There's mad.
It shouldn't at all. But look how like hip hop like reflects it. So now it looks like he was trying to hide something, and I guess people are like, oh, well, you know how hip hop is, like we expose you, like.
Hip hop is mad immature still, fam. Like we still so young. Like
it is, and I don't even know if there's a hip hop thing. Like what was it? I was listening to something on the radio, and it might have been Kendra G. She was just talking about how she was dating a dude, and I guess they went like 8 months without having sex. Which she wasn't opposed to that. I guess they wanted to wait, but then she was like, all right, you know, like we're not gonna get married and not have sex. We're gonna have sex before we get married. We're just, you know, gonna take our time. And I guess he was kind of like, nah, I still want to hold out and have sex, not have sex. And I don't know what else was going on in the relationship, but basically she was alluding to she started to think he was gay. And I feel like that's a theme that you see a lot in, I guess, maybe black culture. Is like if somebody's not doing something to the way that you think it should be, it's like, oh wait, you think he's gay, girl? You know what I'm saying? You think he might be gay? You think you think he, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why does it go there? Like now you got people. So now when somebody actually is gay and they hear a conversation like that, they like, well, why did y'all like? Why did the tone? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all talking about it in that tone? Why did it go like that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so in hip hop, it's like I got you. I caught you. I knew you was down low. You know what I'm saying? I got you type of, and it's like you said, it's immature. It's like, come on. You know these people.
Well, you know, we also, even outside of music, what's real is you just have people who aren't like comfortable being themselves. So if I see somebody else being their authentic selves, like that shit is hella intimidating.
It makes you feel like, you wasn't standing up to who you wanted to be. Like, how come they could go out there, whatever it might be.
It can make you uncomfortable. It can make you hella uncomfortable. So, you know, when you know, that's just like, even when I look at myself, like I'm hella in love with myself at this point in my life. So I'm comfortable, you know, and to me, like I always say, representation is important because there's another niche that I want to be comfortable growing up earlier than when I hit it, you know, like and not even just like, you know, a young black girl, like, yeah, I'm here for the representation for exactly who looks like me, but a young black boy, you know what I'm saying? A white girl, like whoever, yeah, I'm always here for my peoples, but it's like, yo, like, I just want people to fall in love with themselves, you know what I'm saying? And it's important for me representation is important, you know? So, and on top of that, me being my authentic self is hella important just for me, because that's what feeds me, you know? Like, I would be doing myself a disservice, you know, wearing a blanket, fam. Like, that's just not where I'm at in my life, you know? But there has been times where I've been reluctant and I haven't been comfortable, you know? Like, all right, cool. Like, let me make this song, you know? Let me do it like this. But,
yeah, and it's outside of just your sexuality. It's like, as a black dude, like, at points in my life, I was like, oh, am I allowed to drive a pickup truck? Am I allowed to skateboard? Am I allowed? And it's like, as I grew up, it's like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Yeah. But
Stereotypes
because
is
in hip
real.
hop, for some reason, now I want to say hip hop. Maybe I'll just say in the hood because that's a general term. But like in the hood, you was different. You was made fun of. You was trying something different. Like Wiz Khalifa just came out and said that because Gilly the Kid was on said that he don't like him working out in his drawers, and I don't know. It turned into this whole other conversation, argument between them. But then it was like. But Wiz said it. He was like, yo, you the type that made fun of people when they read and was like, yo, you stupid for reading or you corny for reading. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I mean? Just be different, be yourself. And I think there was a lot of suppressing of that. And I give Kanye props for this, for being his authentic self. And I haven't watched that documentary yet fully. Keith was up on here talking about it. But but I remember when Kanye first came out, he was rocking the polos. He didn't want to dress like Cameron. He didn't want to rap like Beanie Siegel. You know what I'm saying? He was being his authentic self, and I think that opened up the door for so many of the rappers that we have out today being their authentic selves because they seen it. It's like, what you see one person run the 4-minute mile. Oh, I can run a mile in 4 minutes. Oh, I can get tattoos now. Oh, I can get piercings. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everyone is just like,
what you see, that shit is hella important. Like what you see, and that's one thing I always liked about Wiz Khalifa too. Is like, I just felt like Cuz was just always being himself, and the music was fire. You know, it wasn't like, it was like, oh, I'm smoking weed and this is what I'm pushing in front of your face. No, like, I smoke weed and this is the type of music I make. Like him and Currency, that was just such a fire, authentic collaboration. You know, like their energy, you seen it when they was together and you heard it musically, you know? At a time where it was shunned. Like, and for me, like, I grew up in a heavily religious home, you know, like a Christian home. Like, that's where I come from. So for me to be Satan herself now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't fit that bill, you know? Like, I definitely don't fit it. But at the same time too, like, that was part of my growth, you know? That's part of my part. I had to,
you know, that's funny you brought that up, because that's part of my problem with the church too. It's like, yo, y'all supposed to be accepting and letting all people in. Like, why are y'all pushing this? You know what I mean? And like I said, that's why I never got into like that type of stuff with religion. But it just feel like, come on, bro. Like, you know, y'all putting y'all own agendas on shit right now, and it's like either you accepting and you taking everyone in, or you know what I'm saying? Like, don't push that narrative. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a religious. I go to church. You know what I'm saying? I'm a religious person, but don't mean that I gotta follow every belief that they have and everything that they have, because I come from the Catholic Church. You really want to start opening up what doors they was doing, what goes on in the Catholic Church, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, stop pointing the fingers.
Already open, play. Them doors is already open.
And that's what I mean. Y'all should be the last one pointing fingers at anybody, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I need, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to relax.
Like, yo, I heard about them confessionals, you heard? Like, I heard about that. I ain't gonna say shit, but hey, I heard about it. Like,
I ain't saying nothing, but don't go in there after a certain time.
What you say? You said you ain't confessing. I heard you. I feel you, Usher. Like, nah, keep them confessions to yourself, guys. But you know, every place, that's to me, that's what makes it so beautiful, and that's why it's important to share stories. Because we all come from so many different backgrounds. Like, there's another Playboy, you know what I'm saying? Or a Playgirl. Like, you have a daughter. Like, representation is so important, fam. Like, you know, like, I just think about now, too, how, I was having a conversation with my mom. And I love this because I'm at the point, we're both at a dope point in our lives where I'm like, there's so many things that I do and that I experience that I want to share with my mom. And I want her to take from it too. So it's like we're kind of like changing like the learning, the learning. What word am I looking for?
Curve, exchange, the learning process.
Yeah, we're changing the learning stage here. You know what I'm saying? And how we talk to one another.
Okay.
Hold on one moment, because I can't hear you in these headphones, man.
You can't hear me at all?
Nah.
It did something different. Like, you sound a little different than before. You hear me now?
No, I don't even know what happened. Hold on, let me try this joint again. I lost you. I had got a call that came through.
That's what it was.
All right,
okay.
Play?
Yeah.
Here we go. I got you back.
Because now you sound exactly how you did before. Then you sounded a little different. Okay, so that call came through. Okay.
Got you. But yeah, I'm at it's cool because I'm at like a different point in my relationship with my mom. So just like the learning curve, you know, like I'm teaching her things now. I'm introducing new things to her, and we were having a conversation about damn, I forgot everything I was about to talk about. Where were we just coming from? Yo,
We were saying just like I segued into how the church be they'll front and they'll say we accept all people, but then but the gays ain't allowed, or you know what I mean, something like that. And then you were segueing into like how you and your mom are at a different stage of learning where you're exchanging information, I guess, differently, like. Where I'm assuming that you were saying like
we said
it's
important to we said it's important to share stories.
There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's what we said. Like, because it's important sharing stories because then we're able to learn from one another. And like, honestly, right now, that's where I'm at with my mom. It's so cool because I'm able to teach her things and she's able to have new experience and we're having new dialogue. Like even recently, like I'm eating blackberries now. Yo, I've never had blackberries, but I was on like a cool raw fruit and raw veggies, and it's like she loves it. She's like, yo, I've never had blackberries either. You know, she's just like, yo, it's my new favorite fruit. We're talking about therapy. She's just like, yeah, I think I might try therapy. I was just like, yo, you definitely should. I'm like, I would love to help you find a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a strong black woman, but I would love to help you out with that. We talk about what were we talking about too? We were talking about just like little things that happen in the news, and you know, it's just her perspective on things. You know, like I love to be able to talk to her and educate her and hold my point of view, you know, and back that thing up with like facts that have happened to me and things that I've seen with my experiences. So, you know, dialogue is important, not just with people you know, but people you don't know as well too. You know, experiences are important, you know.
Oh yeah, that's why I listen to podcasts crazy. I listen to like two like middle-aged white women talk about something, and I'll take something from that conversation like that relates to me. It's crazy, like how much people relate, and even how different. Like you said it. Like my parents dealt with arthritis for years, and so I've been sending them like CBD, but they would have never messed with CBD if I didn't put them onto it. They were all, you know, marijuana, and they come from that era that, you know, they don't realize it's something different. It's not gonna get you high. So it's like, but now it's helped their lives. It changed their lives. So no, I 100% understand what you're saying. We kind of tight on time. We coming up on an hour here, Nish. So I want to just get into a little bit of what we call here, Have You Heard? One of my favorite segments. You know what I mean? I usually hear something in the news, and then I bring it to the podcast and see, you know, have you heard? First up, Elon Musk has bought an exorbitant amount of Twitter shares and has gotten himself to be you know, like a minority shareholder at the moment, but he's got a substantial amount. And you know, we can get into that whole thing about, you know, what Elon felt about free speech, and you know, he started having issues with Twitter, and then he just said, hey, you know what, I can just buy this company right out, you know what I mean? But he didn't. He bought shares. So I guess my question to you is, what social media company would you want to become a majority shareholder in, and I guess what would you change?
So I'm actually I do invest into stocks. That's definitely a thing that I like to do.
A little majority owner at the moment. You little got a little, you know what I mean?
So, how you say? So right now I'm not, but like I'm interested in seeing what happens with this whole metaverse. You know, I think that's definitely new wave. So it's like I'm looking into different companies that you know are making those type of forward advancements in technology, because that's one thing that's never gonna go away, right?
No, it's always gonna be technology advancing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Bitcoin and all of that, but that's also being seen and being used in the metaverse. Like, it's just so many. I'm heavy on technology. I don't have a specific company. You know, like I'm not a fan of you already know I'm not like a fan of like big brands and whatnot. You know, I would definitely like to see something created though that's definitely curated for artists to make more money on streaming platforms. Like a new age Spotify or something like that. That's like for the artist, by the artist.
Okay.
That's something that I would definitely, you know, I don't know if that goes around the question you're asking. But I don't know. Give me some ideas. Like, what are you thinking about?
So, like, I don't know. Like, if for me, like, if I bought Instagram, I'd be like, yo, Instagram, y'all started out as a photo company, right? But now, you know, y'all are a video company, which I understand. But that don't mean you gotta put less of a value on photos. Because there's photographers out there. There's motherfuckers that take dope ass photos, and it's like I see mad videos all day. I see reels. I see story. You know what I'm saying? So it's like give photos the same love you give, the other forms of photography. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget where you started from. But other than that, I'm not really big. Cause I like what you can do now. I like that. Really, if I wanted to be seen by 1 million people, I could pay money to be seen by 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? I think that's actually a good thing as opposed to the algorithm deciding, hey, well, I put a value on this guy, so let's show him more. You know what I'm saying? I think that puts something more in your hands. So now
algorithm, like, can we fine tune this thing? You know what I'm saying?
I get why they have to do it, because there's people who literally spend their day dedicated to manipulating it, and they'll figure, you know what I'm saying, some way to use it as free advertising space. So I get why they try to do it, but it's like, don't punish actual artists. Don't punish actual people that are just trying to build their brand the way that, you know what I mean?
Shout out to us
y'all said it.
Yo. Word.
Yeah. Because y'all kind of set yourself up as being for us. And now it's like, well, now we got these big Instagram stars, TikTok stars, and you know what I'm saying? They're just going to give them all the love. And it's like, nah, come on. Like,
it's hard.
Let me see. What else is going on? Have you heard? The NFL is now requiring teams to hire either a black or a female assistant coach. This is on the heels of the Brian Flores case where he's suing the NFL for discrimination, saying that, like the Rooney Rule, basically a rule where they are required to interview black prospects for coaching positions. It's actually kind of fake. They kind of just doing the interviews, but they're not really hiring black coaches. So do you think that this is a good rule that the NFL is doing, or is it just kind of pandering, like we're just gonna have the token black, we're just gonna have the token female assistant just to meet the quota, or do you think this will actually bring real change?
Well, it's already bringing about change just because it's bringing about dialogue, right? So to me, part of changing it is talking about it. And for me, of course, you need the action behind it. So it puts people in a position who are actually supposed to be in these jobs. They'll be looked at as the token, right? So to me, it's about the temperature once the adjustment is made, like, so you have these women, or because it's either woman. That's the thing too. It's all about language, right? So it's either woman or black.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right?
No, they said or. So either you're hiring a black, a male coach, or a female white blacks, whatever she is, female assistant coach.
So that's my thing too. Why can't it be both? Why can't it be women and black? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's just like they try so hard, but to me it still just looks bad. Like, yeah, to me, it still looks bad.
Yeah,
but at the same time, too, like, I know there has to be some type of change. So if this is a step towards it, yeah. But my thing is, all right, well, let me see how these people feel. Let's do a real temperature check every quarter to see what's happening in these environments, because, I can see some shit still happening, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like have I guess a department that's checking in and doing like maybe monthly surveys with these female and black assistant coaches. Be like, are they including you? Do you feel like you have an equal voice? Do you think of something like you were just hired on just to sit in the back of the room and fill a quota, like exactly what it is, and then take it from there.
Real temperature check, and then it's just like, so for me it's like, all right, like I can't really clap too loud for y'all because y'all been doing wrong for mad long. So it's like, yo, that's just like, it's funny too, because my homegirl always, she always says, it's like, you shouldn't receive praise for something that you should be doing.
I take care of my kids.
Yo, you're funny.
Yeah, that's how it is. Let me see what else we got going on. Kim Kardashian, she has finally passed the baby bar. Shout out to young Kim K. But I guess that's off the heels of something that we spoke about actually a couple of weeks ago, where she said she had a statement that came out and it was interpreted as women, need to work hard. Obviously, that's she had more to her statement, but she's basically saying, really pull your bootstraps up, get to it, stop complaining, stop fighting, stop bickering, and just get your hustle on. So I guess I spoke to Keith about that on this podcast before, but I didn't get a female perspective. So how do you feel about Kim Kardashian passing the baby bar and her statements that she made a few weeks ago about women need to work hard? Or how women should work hard.
Well, congratulations on passing the bar, but
baby bar, not the real one, but that's like the mini one they do before. I guess they go on to the big one.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've been watching Suits.
Okay.
So I remember when Mike Ross really didn't pass the bar. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was smart enough though. So I mean, I don't know, cause some of the not to sound like this, but some of the dumbest motherfuckers graduate from college. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't no shade towards her, but like. It is. It's to me. It's just like, it is what it is. Like, I know she's doing her best to utilize her. Well, at least I hope she is. Looking to utilize her platform to do as much good.
Mm-hmm.
And as we all should be doing. But, hey, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what it really looked like. As far as the message goes, though, dogs, like. To me, that was just like right message, wrong messenger.
That's what a lot of people say. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah, like I'm not. It's just like next. Like I'm good.
But how come? She doesn't?
That didn't make me grind no more harder.
Yeah, but if Rihanna made this statement, right, and I bring Rihanna up because Kim Kardashian has a company called Spanx, right? If I'm not mistaken, and that's similar. It's not necessarily lingerie, but I feel like if Rihanna made this statement, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, shit, like fuck yeah, Rihanna's a fucking billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Kim Kardashian, granted had a sex tape that's kicked off her career, but there's a lot of people that have sex tapes that didn't build a multi-million-dollar company, and that's just her underwear line. That's not even including the social media, the reality TV show aspect of it. So like you said, I think she gets a bad rap. But go ahead, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, pardon, but it's like, even that example is just like, nah, because Rihanna, we saw Rihanna grind up. Rihanna didn't come from wealth. Not that we know of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different level. So it's like, you can't. Like, don't talk to me about hustling and having nothing if I ain't, that's not really where you started from. That's not your foundation. Like I can't, that's what I'm saying. I can't really eat that. But if she inspired and spoke to her fan base, if somebody got something out of that, then no doubt. And even if that angered somebody to say, yo, fuck her, I'm about to go get it for real. Like,
yeah,
all right, go too. Get it. Like, that statement that statement don't make me no never mind. Mm-hmm. Sometimes too, I feel like people be so invested into everything that everybody say, like, dogs, like, you see me sometimes like, I ain't got no, it is what it is. Like, I don't really have no real opinions on a lot of stuff.
Nah, but you said the best thing though. Like,
change.
You said the best part of it is good message. Like, take them, like, I'm the type of person, this sounds nuts. Like, I can hear, a matter of fact, Donald Trump, like, I reading his book. Like, I like Donald Trump. I would never vote for him in a million years to be the president. I think that was the dumbest thing that people should do. But, like, just reading his book, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's a motherfucking marketing genius. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how he actually became the president. Hitler, right? Hitler's a terrible person. He did terrible things. That don't mean you can't learn nothing from terrible people, though. And not to put Kim Kardashian in the the same book as Hitler, obviously, but it's like whatever your opinion is of her, it doesn't mean that profound information can't come from her. You know what I'm saying? And I think I can take the message. I don't have. I can't go her route. I can't do what she did. You know what I'm saying? But I can also look at it and be like, I know a lot. I know a lot of rich motherfuckers that
you could drop a tape.
Nah, but I was gonna say I know a lot of rich motherfuckers that started off with some good head starts and they floundered it all. You know what I'm saying? They better head starts than her.
She had a real head start.
You know what I'm saying? But no, but
she had a real head
but I'm saying, but we know billionaire kids that, you know what I'm saying, like end up being drug addicts and shit like that. So it's like I don't, you know, whatever your opinion, I don't need to impress Kim Kardashian. I don't need to say nothing nice about her. You know what I'm saying? But I could also be like, maybe there's something, not this particular statement, because I don't think she was talking to me, but maybe, you know, there's something to what she's saying. And that's just me. I feel like we do ourselves a disservice to be like, I don't like this person, or I don't like what this person stands for. And it's like, both things could be true. You could not like this person and not really like their standpoint, be like, oh, but that was a good point. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it with the whole.
Take what you can.
Yeah, exactly. I take information.
I agree. I definitely agree. Take what you can and do what you may, or do what you will. Like, you know, that's all I really got. Like, I don't You know, like you the one who actually got me on that more so too. Is like, you know, there could be someone completely from a different field, and have a completely different outlook on life, you know. But I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me read let me read the book. Or let
me chop it up with them.
You know? Like, see what it is. Because what's real is I just feel like you can learn something from everybody.
That's how I look at it.
You know,
that's
like,
exactly how I look. And I feel like
something from everybody.
We let the distractions get in the way, and it could hold us back in the long run. I guess, and not to get too deep into this because I have to pull the mood down, but Nish, have you heard that they are definitely trying to outlaw abortion in Oklahoma, punishable up to 10 years in prison? And I guess just as a female, like the fact that they're trying to outlaw abortion in 2022, I mean, how does that make you feel? Put me on. Like, how does it? That
shit right? Is trash. Like, you can't like. It's my body, my choice. Like, we've come too far for this bullshit still to exist. That's just how I feel. You know, you got a lot of white men making decisions for women, and you know, it's just like, all right. And I say white men because, you know, the laws, they created a lot of laws for themselves to be in a pivotal position, you know, like to be higher up. So it's like, nah, like, chill out. Shit's changed up. You know, women women have always been running things, you know, like, including our bodies. Like, stop. Like, we need it. I'm not with it.
Yeah, it feels definitely like it's definitely trying to just impart control over women, especially the fact that they put like the part in there, like, there's no exception. There's no exception for rape. Like, you're raped, you can't decide to get an abortion. There's no exception for incest. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you get raped by a family member or something like that. Like, it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, you just trying to hold your power over women? Like, I'm disgusted by it. And the fact that it's spreading, like, it started in Texas, it's spreading onto other states now. I guess the reason Oklahoma was trying to do it because a lot of people from Texas were going to Oklahoma to get abortions. So it's like, to me, it's just a sad, like, you know what I mean? It's whatever your view is in. I'm personally pro-choice. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, I guess, both sides of it. But I also was like, you ain't gonna tell me what I can do with my body, so who the hell am I to tell somebody what they about to do with their body? So it is what it is, man. It's sad that we dealing with that in 2022. Nish, have you heard? There was a deceased rapper who had his wake in a nightclub. I don't know if you've seen this viral video going around, but literally they had his body. They had his body standing up. He was dressed in a Mary, and for hours, and they had a kind of a party around him. I've even heard rumors he was standing up for so long that, like, they had to come back in and kind of, you know, do some of the work over again, because since he was I'm assuming since he was standing up, it was starting to sag and starting to open, and yeah, it was weird. But I guess
black?
I guess. Yeah, black dude. Yeah, black dude. But I've heard other coaches. I've heard other coaches doing this. Like, I've heard of.
How you say, we always doing something. Like, we always doing something. That's a little outrageous. But like, like, culturally, when you go back, we, like, you know, it wasn't necessarily us being there to mourn the dead. We, you know, we celebrated right? The life, you know. So
but I guess my question for you, though,
that's a little too extreme.
My question for you is where would you want your homegirls and your family to take you on some, like, Weekend at Bernie's type shit if you were to obviously, you know, pass away long time from now? Where would you want them to take your body?
Take me to the strippy. Take me to the strippy. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with you. Nah.
Imagine a lap dance. Imagine, like, giving a lap dance to a dead person. That's gotta be the weirdest shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, no, thank you. For me, I'll probably say, like, like, you know, on some Weekend at Bernie's, like, island me. Like, go put my feet in some sand.
Put you on the beach, like, somewhere, right? Yeah.
Yeah, put me on the beach. Let me bake a little bit. Just turn me over. Get both sides. You heard? Like, let's make it gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Give you a little tan for that rigor mortis. You know what I mean?
You heard? Play. Have you heard? It's like 11:45.
Oh yeah. That 50 the past that. Yeah, you gotta get up out of here. Let's wrap it up.
I was like,
Oh no, because, you know, I can't see the phone. I'm looking at, because you got.
I figured. Yeah. I'm like, cuz sending smoke signals. Yeah.
Now, wrap it up. AyoNIsh. Tell the people where they can find you at on here, Nish.
Yo, you already know. Find me at AyoNIsh on IG, AyoNIsh. That's really on all platforms. I'm on Twitter once in a while when I want to be. But yeah, and www.ayonish.com. We're actually about to give the site a facelift. Like Play said, we have new content dropping, new art. I got a new song on the way called Caution. We're actually shooting that now, so come aboard at me now so you can see how we get down, cuz we got a lot of cool things happening. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited about what's next. This is cool. First time. Feels good to kind of like be talking, you know what I'm saying, on the potty. So, I'm lit.
Nah, definitely a pleasure having you. I ain't even gonna hold up your time. Usually I let them know where they can find me at, but y'all know where y'all can find me at. You know what I mean? Instagram at PLICCAPLAYBOY, and at Perfect Talk Radio on Instagram, and just go to perfecttalkpodcast.com for every episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast. Yep, we up out of here, Nish. Say goodbye to the people.
Peace.
Peace.